You know, it seems like there's always new great products for those of you that are audiophiles coming out left and right. How do you figure out which ones are worth paying attention to? Don't worry, we've got it solved for you. It's time for Unboxed Daily. Welcome to Unboxed Daily. I'm your host, Jason. A pleasure to see you as always. Today, we're talking about audio, sound, music, and everything in between. Because you know, things can't just look good, they gotta sound good too. Thank God I've got both going for me in spades. Not true. If you want to check out other shows that we've produced, or you want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest, be sure to hit that subscribe button over on YouTube. Music consumption changes a lot, it seems like every few years. Back in the day, it was 8 tracks, then it was tapes, then CDs, then Napster came along and ruined everything for everyone. But these days, you've got a lot of options not only for listening to music streaming on a multitude of devices, but also for the quality of how you hear it. Well, today, we're going to look at a couple of different devices that I think is going to help you have a great audio experience. To start, we're going to take it over to Unboxed Therapy for Lou's review of the new NeuroPhone Headphones. Now, what's interesting about these, as you'll see in the video clip, they're not just conventional headphones with really great hardware, they actually take you through a whole process for setting these things up to optimize them specifically for you and your hearing.
Whoa. So I feel the need to explain right now. I heard a series of beeps and bloops, and it was kind of analyzing the way I hear things. It was able to create this personalized setting now. And what it's doing now is playing a sample song in generic mode, and it told me to switch over to personalized. So this should be my reaction here. Wait, let me turn it up first. Here we go, personalized. The personalized has way more bass.
Now, if you take a look at these headphones, they may look a little strange. And that's because they've got a little cover that actually feeds the sound directly, essentially into your ear canal. Weird as that is, it does make for a much more immersive experience in the sound, and from what Lou says, much more rich. Of course, you may not have the budget to afford headphones like that, so you want to think about something that's a little bit more price conscious. Well, Ghost Tech has a set of headphones under $150 that sound good and look good too. For more on these headphones, we take it over to Shane from Droid Modder X, who's not only looking at the sound and overall design of these headphones, but how comfortably they sit on your ears.
I was able to wear these headphones for hours at a time. When you're dealing with headphones that are much cheaper than these, what happens a lot of times is they're too tight for your head and they'll kind of squeeze your head, which is not very comfortable for your ears. Your ears will either fall asleep or they will just begin to hurt after a while. These feel like more premium headphones in the fact that they don't just squeeze your ears. They just kind of rest over your ear. At the same time, they are tight enough that they're not just going to easily fall off your head. So I think we've got a perfect balance when it comes to comfort. Also, the ear cups are nice and soft, and they do have more of a flat design, so they sit perfectly on top of your ear.
Don't get me wrong, it's important that headphones sound good, it's important that they look good, but the most important factor to me is whether they feel good. And it's nice to know that there's relatively inexpensive headphones out there that accomplish all three. Now, maybe quality of sound isn't quite your concern, but rather the versatility in which you can experience it in a given situation. And by that I mean your ability to set something up, watch something, and still have a great listening experience while you do so. Well, Dave 2D is here to show you the Anchor Nebula Capsule, which is essentially a Coke can-sized projector and sound system that's easy to transport, easy to set up, and easy to enjoy.
Okay, another thing I like about this thing is that the speakers sound way better than I thought they would. Now, a lot of mini projectors have this issue with just having a mono speaker and just projecting in one direction. This, they call it 360 sound. I wouldn't go so far as to call it that, but it's just a nice sounding speaker system that you can kind of be wherever you want around this thing and it'll still sound good. It's a 5-watt speaker, not huge, not amazing, but it's clean. There's no buzzing, there's no hissing, it's just clean audio at a good volume.
Now Dave, later in that video, hooks one up to his SNES Classic, and I gotta imagine that's a great combination for anybody who's looking for classic gaming in a really easy to set up system that works virtually anywhere. Personally, I would just like the SNES Classic, but the projector, that's a nice touch too. Now, audiophiles out there will argue until they're blue in the face about the right way to listen to music, but all of them will agree that the compressed way that most of us listen to them, through YouTube, Spotify, etc., is not the way that they're intended to be heard. Thus, you'll have products like the EchoBox Explorer, which is designed to help audiophiles really take digital music and make them as full and as immersive as they possibly can be. And this review from Mr. Mobile, while not totally in love with the product, does show that there are tremendous efforts being made to help bring that fully immersive experience to the conventional consumer.
As I've said before, I don't quite have the ears to keep up with true acoustic enthusiasts, but I can tell the difference between the Explorer and a high-end smartphone. See, when you're listening to a song on something like the Galaxy Note 8 and you max out the volume, the audio flattens out into a kind of uniform plane. On the Explorer, the music has much more dimension. It's brighter. There's more separation between the instruments and the vocals.
Again, it's worth noting, Mr. Mobile was not a big fan of this product. There's a lot of problems with it, and if you're not a user of the subscription service Tidal, you're kind of limited in the ways that you can interface with it. Still, if you're an audiophile and you're looking for the best, most awesome sound that you can get, it might be worth considering. And that's it for today's show. As always, thank you so much for joining. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, be sure to also head over to Unboxed.tv for previous shows or look us up on the iOS store. In the meantime, I'll see you back here soon for more great videos from World of Product Reviews and Unboxers. I'm your host, Jason. Have a great day.